This whole thing with Jimmy Kimmel shows a couple of things pretty clearly. One of which is that celebrities have to be impacted for us to treat anything as real. Like, remember during the start of COVID, it was like Tom Hanks getting sick before people could take it seriously. And I think some of this is that there are people who live their lives through their online presence and in the past through TV and movies. And in some weird way, the people that they sort of associate as their almost friends in their head, especially if they're isolated, are these people that they sort of interact in a one-way direction with. So they might read like their celebrity gossip and stuff, and those are the real people in their lives. So if those people are impacted, it's like a real person is impacted. Whereas if your next door neighbor is like disappeared and separated from their kids, like you might not actually be talking to them, and it doesn't really seem as real as if it's a celebrity. On the other hand, it's great that this is causing people, like Obama and people like that, to speak out where they haven't spoken out when, people are being stuffed into vans and taken away from their kids. So you don't really want to denounce the speaking out, but it is kind of this strange thing where only celebrities' lives matter, and it's a little bit disconcerting. I mean, there are extenuating circumstances, right? Like, this is a pretty big deal that the federal government pressured a large company to cancel a comedy show that was like, basically picking on Trump more than even commenting on the death. And that's very disturbing. And it's a precedent that we're not used to until recently. But we've been seeing this over months, right? Like, the pressure put on Harvard and Columbia over student protesters was about the government pressuring private institutions to police speech. And there's more direct aspects where Marco Rubio and people were going after people who spoke out about Palestine to revoke visas, to try to deport people. And like, if you dig into those cases, it's not even a question about how bad it was, because these aren't even people who were proposing controversial opinions. These were people just being like, it's bad, a lot of people are dying in Gaza. These weren't people like siding with Hamas. These were people making fairly innocent sounding statements in school newspapers and then having their visas threatened. So we've been facing attacks on speech by the federal government for months in a very unprecedented way. And, a celebrity being impacted makes it a lot more real. And I don't think this is going to be the tipping point, unfortunately. I don't think this will cause enough pushback to really make a huge difference. But maybe the next celebrity impacted will. I don't know.